Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Play Super Metroid. Starting out with probably the most memorable opening scene from the Super Nintendo era when I was a kid. It's just one of those things that I just remember for some strange reason. So anyway, I am Acid Rain 64, in case you didn't know that by looking at my name for this channel, and I will be guiding you through this game. The third Metroid game that I have LP'd. And like I said before, I am playing these in the order that they were released. And I finished Metroid 2 about a month ago. No, not a month ago, about a couple weeks ago. So it's only right that I move on to the third game, and definitely one of my favorite Metroid games in the Metroid series, Super Metroid. So, this takes place, actually, if you look at the... I'm going to go ahead and delete these files because I don't even know why they're on here. But this game takes place after, in the chronological order... wait. Data clear or data... Oh, okay. But, this takes place following, Metroid 2, as you'll see. Because it goes Metroid... The first Metroid, Metroid Prime, Echoes, Corruption, Hunters is thrown around somewhere in there, and then Metroid 2, and then Super Metroid, and then Other M, and then Metroid Fusion. So, you know, this is why, I don't know, the whole Metroid chronological thing is a little mind-boggling if you try to think about it. So I think I'm playing a PAL version of this ROM. So there's text. I'm gonna put French text since I do take French in school. I'm not very good at it, but you know, I had it for 1 year last year. And anyway, so if we go to we can change we can change the controller setting, and I just want to make sure it's how I want it, because I want things set up how I would have them on when I would actually playing on the Super Metroid. Like I would have the basically the three bottommost buttons would be like X would be my running, and then B would be my jumping, and then A would be shooting. And I'm talking about that in terms of the actual SNES controller. And in special settings, we have icon cancel. We want manual because if we keep it on auto, it'll just randomly the items like the missiles and stuff, it'll just automatically go off after a certain amount of time. And then there's the moonwalk, which you just shoot and then you hold the D buttons. Not useful at all. It's just kind of cool, kind of a slight homage to Michael Jackson, I guess. But I will show that off in I have a bonus video where I'm going to show all the special beams that you can do, but you'll see that later. But anyway,
the galaxy is at peace.
Oh, I love that. I remember that always when I was a kid, just starting this up and hearing that. But anyway, I first battled the Metroids on planet Zebes. It was there that I foiled the plans of the space pirate leader, Mother Brain, to use the created creatures to attack galactic civilization. And then, Mon combat sur Ceres preserva la civilisation. I don't speak good French. Anyway, so this game, you know, tells about the two past games, and this is the scene where you kill Mother Brain in the first game. Definitely one of the most known scenes. I next fought the Metroids on their homeworld, SR-388. I completely eradicated them. The normal Metroids, the Alpha Metroids, the Gamma, the Zeta, the Omega, and the Queen, all dead. Except for Larva, which after hatching followed me like a confused child. And I'm not going to try and read the French because it'll just turn out horrible. Yeah, so here's after you defeat the Metroid Queen, you come up and the baby Metroid hatches, and yeah, they definitely make it look a little different than what it actually was. But I like the way that they incorporated Super Metroid graphics into there, and if they ever remade this game for whatever reason, I would hope that they use the original scenes, because that would just make it seem more authentic. I personally delivered it to the Galactic Research Station at SAMUS, so scientists could study its energy-producing qualities. Les savants examinèrent la larve. Ugh. I don't know. I do good in French, but that's because I can remember the words, and I can do like book work. But when it comes to speaking, that's not really my strong point. The scientists' findings were amazing. They discovered that the powers of the Metroid might be harnessed for the good of civilization. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, so we took the baby Metroid from SR388, and we just gave it to some guys, and then they just study it. Satisfied that all was well, I left the station to seek a new bounty to hunt, but I had hardly gone beyond the asteroid belt when I picked up a distress signal. Sarah's station was under attack. Oh snap! So someone wants that last baby Metroid, because they're not satisfied with, you know, people having the last one. Space Colony. Colonie Spatiale. Something like that. God. Now see, I took Spanish my first year of high school, and then in my second year I didn't take anything at all, and last year I took French, and then today I'm in the second part of the French course is at my school, because it goes like all the way up to French 4 and I'm in French 2. But so I took Spanish, and that kind of messed up my whole French, because I try to want to say words as how they would be said in Spanish. But anyway, enough about foreign languages. So now we are on Sarah Station, a very short kind of like pre-level. So here's the scene from the beginning of the game where we have, you know, the baby Metroid in here. Then we have some dead bodies on the floor. I never recognized these as dead bodies for some reason. I always just thought they were like stuff on the floor. You know, we're just running past it. And we were kind of standing on that one's head. And apparently everyone here just has red hair for some reason. They were trying to be hip, I guess. Although I think that colored hair is absolutely disgusting looking. But I'm not judging. Baby! There's the baby Metroid. It's still there. Just in a casing. Let's pick it up, and we will raise it to be our own. Ah! No! It's Ridley. The actual Ridley, not the little penis lump that was the one in the original Metroid. This one is actually slightly threatening. So enemies do have HP, and there's an awesome guide by some guy named Foxhound that I found on Game FAQs that kind of gives all the big bosses info, like how much HP they have and how much weapons deal and everything. Well, Ridley has 2,000 HP, and this boss fight, during this boss fight, the power beam, which is the first beam we start with, only does 20 damage. So if you wanted to take out, there's two ways you can take out Ridley and end this fight. You can get down to basically the bare minimum health when it starts making the danger ding, and then he'll fly away, or you can actually shoot him with the power beam 100 times, and then he will basically almost drop the Metroid and then fly away. Now I'm not, I probably won't get it because I'm not very good at dodging things in this fight, as you can see. But, and if you get hit by Ridley's body, it deals 5 damage, and then the tail, if you whack its tail, does 15, which is the strongest thing you can get hit by with it. And then the fireballs deal 3 damage. And I was having trouble remembering what button I was using to jump. But anyway, so yeah, we got to the minimum health, and then he flies at you and pushes you aside. And emergency! Self-destruct sequence activated. Evacuate colony immediately! Oh no. Another escape sequence. Yeah, so this kind of brings that whole idea back from the original Metroid, because if you play Metroid 2, there is no escape sequence. You kill the Queen Metroid, you get the baby Metroid, and then you get back to your ship. That's all. So you could just fiddle fart around and mess around in there all you wanted. But in this game, there's actually escape sequences and all that. So as you're escaping, there's like tiles and steam that comes from the floor, and that doesn't hurt you. It doesn't deal damage. It just kind of pushes you aside. So you wouldn't have to worry about being hit by that and losing health. But anyway, then the whole station behind us gets damaged, and now we have to go up this tilting room. I guess that kind of shows that the whole spaceship is kind of moving. It's not good. But anyway, we jump up here, and well, the station explodes, but we fly away just in time. So that's good. But unfortunately, Ridley got away with the baby Metroid. And of course, he's going to go to his kind of base, Planet Zebes, because that's the only place that he knows to go. It's his home. His home. You can never run away from your home. Yeah, so anyway, and then we land on the surface of Planet Zebes, or Zebes. I'm not exactly sure exactly how to pronounce it. And let me go ahead and show you the pause screen and everything. So I'm going to try and make this Let's Play or walkthrough as informative as I can. Explain as much as I know. So this Zebes is kind of defined into areas in this game. And this first one is the surface, which is Criteria. And we come here a couple times, right now in the beginning, and then in the last few areas, actually, you go to from here. And you can also go to Samus's suit. And this is the only Metroid game that I know of that you can actually turn on and off items. Like, once you upgrade your suit, you can turn the suit upgrade off, or if you get a new beam, you can turn that beam off. And that's really good. And you can kind of check out how Samus's suit looks from here. And then we got the map. That's really all. So, oh, by the way, since we get a map, and we can pause to see the map and everything, once we actually get a map, red areas are areas that you have explored, blue areas are areas that you haven't been to, and I think there's even a color for, like, secret pathways, I think. Or maybe that's just in later Metroids. Not exactly sure. So if we come to the right, there's like this big cliff that's kind of blocking our way. The Cliffs of Dover. So we can't really go there. And I like how there's like a water effect. You know how it's raining and then we're walking and there's water splashing up. It's kind of cool. And just like in the original Metroid, blue shafts open up doors, or only take one shot from everything. And we got blocks blocking that way down there. And these little green things are called S-bugs or spugs or something. And they're pretty interesting because you only see them a couple times. In this first area you see them. But they never come back. Once they run away, you never see them again. But there is an area just before Kraid's lair that actually has infinitely respawning S-bugs. And that's not a big deal. These things aren't really that big of anything, but, you know. Ugh, this spooky room looks kind of familiar. This is actually the escape shaft that we went through in the first Metroid game after you kill Mother Brain. It's like, holy shit, you gotta escape, and then it plays the cool escape music, and you get up here. And of course, in here is that room with Mother Brain. And this is the same room they used in that opening cutscene when it showed you fighting off Mother Brain, which is kind of cool. We got the old Zebetite, or Zebetite things, and there's Mother Brain's old case back there. And then there's an elevator leading down. Now, if you compare this version of Zebes to the original Metroid's version, they are similar in a lot of ways, but they're also very different. And here, of course, is that area that you go to get the morph ball in the the first game, and ironically, that's the first thing you grab in this game too, is the morphing ball, or Marumari, or whatever it's called. I don't think they call it that in this one, though. I think in the actual guidebook they just call it morphing ball or morph ball. And then there's a camera that spots us. It's kind of weird. I always wondered about this camera. I always thought that, you know, if it would be possible to, well, I don't know, somehow destroy that. And it does actually kind of trigger something later. That's a very interesting point that they made at this point. And now we have to go down this way because there's red doors which have to be opened up with missiles. So, and in the original Metroid, the same room would have took you to Kraid's lair, or Hideout 1, as it's sometimes referred to. And here we go! The first missile tank, or missile expansion, whatever. And there's actually 46 in the game to pick up. So there's definitely a lot. And there's also energy tanks in this game, and I think there's like 14 of those. I'll let you know how many there is when I actually pick up the first one. But for now, I really don't know. But, so red doors take 5 missiles to open, just like in any of the other 2D Metroids, or most of the 2D Metroids, and there's another camera, and already our second missile expansion. Now, these missile expansions will come kind of quick, but at the same time, we'll get them kind of slowly. They're pretty spread out. But this room would have took you to the rest of Brinstar in the original Metroid. But now it's just kind of blocked off. Eventually, we will be able to go through that big block structure. That just leads to kind of a secret little area. And there is also an energy tank back in that room. And there was also one in that same exact spot in the original Metroid, which is kind of a neat thing. So, ooh, this is a little weird. Different color, ambient noises. Ooh, I wonder what's going on. Well, we'll find that out next time, because we're up to 20 minutes, which is way too long for the first part of a project. But whatever. So anyway, guys, next time on Let's Play Super Metroid, we move on and find out why things have suddenly come to life. So see you guys next time. Bye. Man, my byes always sound kind of sullen or sad. How about this? Bye!